Previously in Formula 1 on Mexico, Sainz had pole. Max Verstappen, though, really wanted that first place, and he got it by shoving Sainz off the track. Sainz gets back ahead of him, but no, but Sainz does get his revenge shortly after by passing Max Verstappen with a lunge, and Lando Norris says, I'm going to try that too. Round the outside of Max Verstappen, but Max Verstappen says, no, Lando, do you remember what happened in the United States? I'm going to do something fairly similar. And that he does by, as you can see, pushing Lando off the track, but this time remaining on the track. Lando's like, okay, I'll take a shortcut. Here you go, Carlos, my mate, but I'm not going to let you pass, Max. And Max Verstappen then absolutely sends it on Lando with that lunge, pushing both him and Lando off the track. Absolute controversy. Max Verstappen, a 20-second penalty, 2 times 10 seconds. Let's get ready for the Brazilian Grand Prix, shall we? And welcome to the Hot Lap. We are talking the Brazilian Grand Prix. Yes, 120 points remaining. The gap behind to Lando is 47. 71 behind is, well, Charles Leclerc. Carlos Sainz, despite that win, has been eliminated from the championship. But I figured he's still happy with that win. And just clawing, hanging on, it's Oscar Piastri. When we look at the top 10, though, it's Verstappen, Norris, Leclerc, Piastri, Sainz, Hamilton, Russell, Perez, Alonso and Hulkenberg. Yeah, Perez not having the best of fortunes again at his home Grand Prix, scoring a 0 pot, but at least this time he finished. Let's then quickly have a look at the Constructors' Championships. McLaren, wow, that was hard to say. McLaren are leading on 566 points, followed by Ferrari on 537. Yep, Ferrari are now ahead of the Bulls. 512 is Red Bull, Mercedes 366, Aston Martin on 86, Haas on 46, RB on 36, Williams on 17, Alpine on 14, Kick Sauber on 0. But when is that start timer here, you ask? Well, here in the UK, practice, we've got 2:30 to 3:30, practice 1, then sprint qualifying at 6:30. All the way to, well, 7:14. Very precise, isn't it? The sprint race 2 till 3. I'm assuming these are UK times. Qualifying 6 till 7, and the race starting at 5 o'clock. When we look at the track time, though, I don't know. Track time doesn't work. I keep clicking at it. It doesn't work. You can hear me click. No. Failure. However, let's look at the weather for Interlagos currently. This is the Met Office, arguably the most accurate people for the weather. And a Friday is looking good. Saturday, looking okay. We're looking at what? 40% to 30% chance of precipitation. Basically, yeah, 40-30% chance of rain. Have a look at Sunday, though. And it's not too dissimilar. It's Sunday. So we got Sunday looking sunny. 20% chance of rain. 20%. Yeah, not too bad. 20% chance. But that's still an 80% chance. It doesn't rain. Having said that, it is Brazil. We have seen the rain before. Pray tell. I don't know. Lando's good in the rain. Max is good in the rain. I think a lot of it's going to be on how happy they are with the car. So come rain or shine, I think it's going to be really interesting. And interesting it should be. So let's then get into the track guide, shall we? There is our wonderful Brazilian track. And let's get on board for the Brazilian Grand Prix. But let's get my face out the way, shall we? Here we go. We are on board with Charles Leclerc coming up now on is that Glock corner? Yeah, really, the last proper corner in Brazil. You want to get a really good exit from here and hammer it down. 12 through 12, 13, 14 and 15. Well, 13, 14 and 15 aren't really corners, are they? Just guidelines. You get that? Guidelines. So in we come then. Through. Now, we're braking around the 50. You can brake really late. The Center-S, one of the most complicated corners in any computer game that has been undone countless amount of times. But there we go. A nice exit through here. Once again, the second of the DRS after the start-finish straight, which is anything but straight. This is a straight, though. And we are now braking into another corner. Funny enough, that's the corner where Montoya and Verstappen's dad, came a blunder into turn 6, 7 and 8, which is this like a double apex. Braking now. Can you pass in this corner? Not really, as we're going through turn 9, turn 8, 9, coming up to quite a crucial turn 10. We have seen cars slip inside another car here. Nope, No puns here, but there we go. We nearly lost it there, coming out of turn 11 and 12 into, well, this is 12, sorry, and on the power, get in that DRS zone. This is what Lewis Hamilton did so well in 2021, didn't he? Absolutely fantastic. Let's then have a look at our track facts as we're going through, shall we? So, how long is this track? It's one of the shorter ones. It is 4.3 kilometres. Quite short, promise. 71 laps, so 15 turns. The race length of 305.879 kilometres. It was first opened... Excuse me, I'm not going to blocked up nose. It was first opened in 1940, first visited in 1973. It is held. Which one is it? It's held. 40 races here. Track record, Lewis Hamilton, a 107.281, but the lap record, his teammate in 2018, Valtteri Bottas, on a 110.540. Schumacher, though, has the most wins in Interlagos. He's got more victories than any other driver at the circuit with 4. From the current grid, Lewis Hamilton has the most victories on the current grid, one behind Schumacher with 3. Max Verstappen's won his first Brazilian Grand Prix in 2019. Could have won it in 2018 had it not been for Esteban Ocon and Verstappen hitting him, or Ocon hitting Verstappen, and then that was almost a literal thing because, well, Verstappen pushed him in the paddock. But moving on, Max Verstappen, he did win in 2019 though. George Russell was the man that won in 2022, taking his maiden victory, and Verstappen winning again in 2023. German drivers, though, are very successful here with 9 wins between them. Emerson Fittipaldi, Michael Schumacher, Mika Hakkinen, Juan Pablo Montoya, and Nico Rosberg are the 5 drivers who have back-to-back wins here. So, Ferrari, though, has the most wins of any team at Interlagos with 9, and that is 1 ahead of McLaren with 8. McLaren and Ferrari vying, though, for that top spot. Could McLaren equal Ferrari in Brazil? Let's find out, as we are going to be very much talking about the drivers. And welcome back me as we talk about the drivers. So, the drivers. Sorry, I have a cold. I've had a lemsip. Let's go and let's talk about Mr. Magnussen. What a comeback he's had in the last few races. Are people going to regret getting rid of him? Possibly. He is really outshone this man here, the Hulk. He needs to do kind of well. Hulkenberg, I can't help but feel he needs to get his credibility back, because we all thought he's smashing Magnussen, but Magnussen, with this nothing to lose mentality, he's done absolutely well. So, Zhao Guanyu, yep, how do you do? Not very well. I don't predict that the state, unless it's going to be a raining disaster fest, I can't see Sauber, also the Stake F, want him getting any points, and they still, at the time of recording this, haven't announced any new drivers, so it really is all to play for there. We finally got our Lawson card, hooray! And, well, no driver in either Red Bull or RB, basically the Red Bull camp, did very well at Mexico, did they? Kind of a bit shameful. And that also goes for Liam Lawson, who was slightly aggressive against Sergio Perez. Did he get told off by Horner? There was all those memes, wasn't there, of him standing behind Christian Horner, waiting to get told off, the naughty boy. Was he naughty? Yes. But could Perez have avoided it? Yes. You've got to put more the blame on Liam Lawson, though, I think. But still, it shows you how hungry he is for that Red Bull seat and what is going to happen. What is going to happen to Sergio Perez? But before we get to Perez, let's talk about Yuki Tsunoda. Yeah, not very average weekend on the Saturday and disaster on the Sunday. Not necessarily his fault though, but he's going to want to rein that in and get on it straight away, especially with Honda pressuring Red Bull behind the scenes to get Yuki Tsunoda that seat. So Colapinto, once again, a bit of a messy-ish race last time around. Having said that, he is a rookie. You're allowed a few whoops-a-daisies, aren't you? And I fully expect him once again to be bang on and targeting this man here, Alexander Albon, who again had an absolutely disastrous race, not necessarily his fault, but he's going to really want to put that behind him and show everyone, no, I still am the team leader, I'm the serious guy, it's going to be me. Interestingly though, for Gasly, he's going to be quite happy with Alpine. They were doing quite well. He didn't do too bad, did he? I think he's going to be smiling. And this man, I think, is also going to be smiling. Because despite how they're quite high up, the Alpine engine didn't do too bad in the hands of one of their drivers anyway. So, fingers crossed. Lance Stroll, Yeah, he's a Formula 1 driver. He drives the Aston Martin. He's not as good as Fernando Alonso. So, Fernando Alonso, he's really, I can't help but feeling they're getting really frustrated with the car now, aren't they, at this point? It's not good, but yeah. But one guy that's frustrating me is this man here, Oscar Piastri, twice now. Two weekends in a row. Yes, it was a sprint race. Out of Q1. Not good enough, Oscar. Especially now Ferrari are hunting down McLaren in the Constructors' Championship. We need better. So Lando Norris, I think, has he learnt his lesson from the United States Grand Prix by leaving doors open? Not sure. But he's definitely learnt how to fight Max Verstappen. He's doing it very similar to the way Lewis Hamilton is, trying to avoid him, and he's kind of taken the high ground, and it was Max that ended up getting the penalty. Much to obviously Red Bull's shame, I guess. But Christian Horner has come out and defended Max. Lando Norris, though, I think he's going to need Oscar Piastri to help win this championship now, if he even has a chance. And he might even need both the Ferrari drivers, but he's going to have to beat both the Ferrari drivers. And it's this man, is the on-form man, the winner for Mexico. Can he do it in Brazil? Why not? He absolutely can, I think. But we're going to have a very fired-up Charles Leclerc. A hot-headed, though, maybe Charles Leclerc. Charles Leclerc that made a mistake in Mexico and let Lando Norris pass. Yes, we are all human, but Charles Leclerc, he's one of these drivers that can go from looking like a multiple world champion one corner, and what was that? The next corner, he's got bags of talent. We don't need a whip-to-daisy for you. We need a measured, controlled race. Charles, let's hope we get it. So George Russell, the man that nearly beat Lewis Hamilton last weekend, unfortunately, had it not been for the front wing, I can't help but feel, had it not been for his dodgy front wing, he probably would have beaten Lewis. But what a fight both Mercedes drivers had. It was absolutely excellent. It was very fair, and it showed Max Verstappen how to race fair. But before we get into Max Verstappen, let's then have a chat about this guy here, Sergio Perez. Disaster in Mexico. We need more. Let's just hope they can get the car right in Brazil so he can have a decent result. The big question is, are we looking at Sergio Perez's final races? Maybe, but the naughty boy, the man that should be in the corner according to some, Max Verstappen, he was not really apologising or taking too much responsibility for his actions in Mexico, even though he was branded dangerous by many people. It's going to be really interesting to see how Max reacts to the critics, not only the critics, react to the journalists, because this guy has a hot head. But once again, that's the reason why people love him. Alternatively, and I think equally, that's also the reason why people are frustrated by him. But it's going to be really interesting. The Brazilian Grand Prix. Who's going to win the Brazilian Grand Prix? Should we make a prediction? Well, I think this man, because he has to win the Brazilian Grand Prix. He absolutely has to. Who's going to finish second? I think it's going to be this man here, Charles Leclerc. Who's going to finish third? I'm going to go out on a limb. It's kind of a limb. It's going to be Lewis Hamilton, who absolutely loves this track. He does, doesn't he? He loves the track. Yeah, he does. Fingers crossed. He does like the track. So, there we go. If you like what you see, give us a subscribe if you want. That would be absolutely fantastic. We would very much like that. If you like, subscribe, comment, do any one of them. You are a world champion in our eyes. If you do both of them, you are a multiple world champion in our eyes. Stay tuned, stay safe, and we'll speak to you soon. Thank you very much.